The first half of 2024 has been a wild ride of unexpected twists and some hard lessons learned, and some major glow up opportunities just as well. And today I'm going to be breaking down 5 of my biggest lessons that have helped me grow so much already this year and gain some serious wisdom, and I think will help make the rest of 2024 better. So if you are new, my name is Chrissy Mack, and on this channel I'm all about helping you conquer life hurdles and supporting those battling a chronic illness like myself and guiding you to glow up to the next season of your life. So if you are new, like I said, welcome to the family. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button below so you never miss out on my latest videos. Always remember, my goal is to motivate you to keep pressing forward no matter what curveball life throws your way. All right, so grab a snack, let's get comfy, and let's dive into these lessons together. If 2024 taught me anything so far, it's that you can never predict what's going to happen next. Just when you think you've got it all figured out, life throws you a curveball. Ooh. And for me, it happened when I was taking my oldest son to the urgent care because at that particular time he was extremely sick. And in the midst of this stressful situation, guess what? My car tire popped. I had to pull over at the side of the road and it was freezing outside already, right? And I was already frazzled with just dealing with the sick son. And after waiting for a while, a man actually pulled over to help me. But I didn't have my wedding ring on at the time, right? But he did it, but he kept asking me a bunch of personal questions, started making me feel so uncomfortable. And my bestie was on the phone. She was like, oh no, I am not hanging up, because she's like, I watched too many crime shows. And she was like convinced this guy was going to try to kidnap me, right? So thankfully that didn't happen. And he did help me get my tire changed. But it was definitely an unexpected, scary situation that I was not prepared for because my husband wasn't in town, right? And it goes to show you that you never know what life is going to throw your way, and things really go according to plan, and that's okay. And there's so many different examples that I can give, but that was one that really stuck out the most to me because I was scared, right? I'd never had to deal with anything like this. Me, my sick kid on the side of the road, freezing cold, and just like, thank gosh, I was able to get help, but it was just a scary situation. Lesson number 2 is self-care is crucial. In our busy, crazy life, it is so easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle and grind, right? We're always going, and we completely burn ourselves out. But making time for self-care is absolutely essential for our mental and our physical health. For me, I hit a wall back in February. I was working too much and I was taking on so much tasks and I wasn't getting enough breaks and I was exhausted. I was stressed. I just felt blah at that time. That's when I realized I need to start prioritizing myself more, right? So I started blocking off time for things that recharged me, like reading, going for walks, or just hanging out with my girlfriends. And you know what? That made a huge difference in my productivity and my overall happiness. Self-care isn't selfish, it is necessary, and I say it all the time. Just take an hour or two to unwind and do something that you enjoy. It can work wonders for your mindset, whether it's exercising, which I love, practicing a hobby, or spending quality time with loved ones. Just carving out that time, or that me time I should say, is crucial. Don't let, yourself get to the point where you burn out because you're not taking care of yourself. A friend of mine always preached like self-care, and back in the day, I never used to really understand that, but now I do, especially post-kidney transplant. I just know that taking care of my health is the most important thing. And then sometimes, from time to time, like I said, like early in February, I do get burned out sometimes, but that's so much going on, dealing with my health, having the kids, doing these videos, showing up for everybody. I have to remember that I always need to put myself first. And if I can't do good for me, I'm not going to be good for anyone else. Lesson number 3 is appreciate the little things in life. With all the negativity going on in the world, it is more important than ever to stop and appreciate the little joys in life. Those small, simple pleasures can make a difference in your mood and your mindset. For me, it happens when the springtime rolls around because I love seeing when the flowers starts blooming. I love taking walks on the trails behind my house and seeing all the vibrant colors and the smell fresh of the flowers and stuff, even though I probably shouldn't because of all the pollen, right? But there's something good about getting outside and just experiencing the simple beauty of the nature when it starts to change. And when I'm feeling really down, that really helps me. But when I go for walks and I look at the surroundings, I look at all the trees and everything growing, it really does something for me, guys. Especially if I don't know if any of you guys are in Georgia, this is the best time of the year. And watching all of that like new life emerge is the it just really puts a smile on my face. Just the small little things, right? From going from that point, I often notice like the little things really bring me happiness. And the first day after a long winter, the birds are chirping early in the morning. It just really does something. So it's the little things that make life so great. We really need to take time to embrace that and just don't let the stressors and the negativity get to us. But making an effort to appreciate the small, simple joys can have such a positive impact on our lives. Those tiny little things can make or break us and make us feel so much better. So remember that tip, okay, guys? Just appreciate the little things in life. And sometimes it might not be nature. For some of you guys, it might be something else. But just figure out what it is and just appreciate it. Lesson number 4 is don't be afraid to ask for help. I'll be first to admit, guys, I used to have a really hard time asking others for help or support when needed. I always try to tough it out, right? That's just me. Everybody who knows me knows that I try to figure out everything on my own. But I've learned that it's not sustainable. It's not a great way to live. We all need a little assistance sometimes. And there's no shame in that. And I had to learn that because when I was going through a rough patch a couple of months ago, just mentally, I finally swallowed my pride and I reached out to my girlfriends on Marco Polo and I started telling them everything I was going and they were more than happy to like listen and just take that load off. And basically, not only did they listen, but my besties gave it to me too. Wanted to know why I didn't tell them sooner. Gotta love the best friends, right? But asking for help doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. We are human. And we're not meant to go through, is what I'm saying, life alone. And just having a solid support system is so important. I can't stress that enough. So don't be afraid to use it. Like for the example, it was like a couple months ago, like probably 2 months ago, my best friend, she took me to my treatment. Actually, she picked me up from my treatment because my husband had somewhere to go. And sometimes it's hard for me after I do my kidney treatments and I'm so tired, I'm so exhausted in that long drive. And she picked me up with my god baby. We went out to breakfast. We hung out together for a little bit. And it was so nice, right? I asked for help and she stepped up and she was willing to do that for me. And those little things in life, I don't take for granted. And so sometimes I'm like, oh, let me figure it out. But I have friends right down the street. Why not just reach out to them and ask? And she was more than willing to. So I'm grateful for that. Lesson number 5 is live in the present. In the world we live in right now, it is so easy to get caught up in the past and worry about the future. But one of the biggest lessons 2024 has taught me is the importance of being present and living in the moment. Whenever I go for walks on the trail, I make an effort to leave my phone behind or just put that little sucker on do not disturb mode. That way I'm not getting distracted by calls, texts, notifications, that's distracting me from living in the moment. I truly try to immerse myself in like my surroundings and just being one with nature. And I have a friend that always reminds me of the importance of just living for now, which is something I really need to hear from time to time. Some days I do get caught up in work mode and I forget to just live and enjoy what's happening in front of me. But she pours into me and telling me make sure that I don't let the stress get to me and all of that. So I love having those message and learning to set boundaries. And I do my best to knock out the work I need to do so I can just make sure I can take full opportunity of the day to relax and recharge without any distractions or responsibility weighing me down. The past is gone, and the future is not here yet. So let's live our life for what it is right now and not get consumed with what's already been or what's to come, and just make an effort to stay grounded in here as much as possible. And I truly try to appreciate the beauty that's around me. And it's so nice to have that mindset, to know that, okay, we're gonna live in the moment. We're gonna figure out what's going on right now, because sometimes, not sometimes, we will never get this moment back. So if it's you having lunch with your friends or going on a date with your spouse, that's never going to happen again, right? It'll be a different date, a different day, but in the moment right now. And sometimes, like, even if I'm speaking to my husband, I try to make sure I put my phone down. I'm not always great at that, but I try to put my phone down and just like listen to him and give him my undivided attention, because he deserves that just as well. And I want to make sure that I'm like taking in, especially with my children. I really try to just listen when they say, "Oh, mommy, look at this. Oh, mommy." I'm listening. I'm like, okay, so what's going on in school? Tell me what's happened. Every day when they come home from school, I'm like, okay, so what happened, right? I'm trying to take in that moment, because there was a time where I was so sick and I thought I wasn't going to be here to experience all of the stuff that's going on in school, who said what's going on. And just like, I want them to never be afraid to come and talk to me about anything. So I'm always make sure I'm actively listening and just taking in those moments with my boys, because they're growing up. You see my boys, they're getting so big. I cannot believe I have a teenager already. And my youngest, he thinks he's a teenager. But just living in the present is one of the biggest things that I have personally learned from 2024 so far. Well, there you guys have it. The 5 biggest lessons of 2024 has taught me so far. And I hope these insights resonated with you and maybe even inspire you to take some positive changes in your own life. Just remember, life is a journey full of ups and downs, but as long as you keep an open mind, take care of yourself, find joy in the little things, ask for help when you need it, stay present, you will be able to handle anything that comes your way. And if you are ready to take this self-love journey even further, I have a comprehensive transformational Go Up guide that is full with tips, tools, and inspiration to help you level up your mind, body, and soul. Because we cannot achieve true lasting change without working on all aspects of our well-being for that total glow up. So if you want a copy of the Glow Up Guide, join me on this path of self-improvement and personal growth. Just say, "I am ready" in the comments, or click the link in the description to get your copy today. And just don't put off what you can do today for tomorrow, guys. You deserve this second chance. So let's start working together to become the best version of ourselves. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, guys, I love you and I appreciate you. Oh, and don't forget, share this video with your friends and your family, and don't forget to give this a thumbs up. All right, guys, see you guys next time.